Okay, cool. Never mind. You're working. Okay. So,
I had one question about Aurora and what happened there.
yeah.
Did a dude just walk in with a gun and just start shooting at people who were watching The Dark Knight?
No, I don't think the Aurora shooting had anything to do with the Dark Knight. I don't know. Because... Wait, hold on. Aurora. I don't think it had
Look on the
anything...
internet.
So, yeah. So, on July 20th, 2012, a mass shooting occurred inside a Century 16 movie theater in Aurora, Colorado during a midnight screening of the film The Dark Knight Rises. Dressed in tactical clothing, James Egan Holmes set off tear gas grenades and shot into the audience with multiple firearms.
So it happened during while people were watching The Dark Knight Rises.
Yes. And I'm just going to read Warner Bros. Statement to the open letter because I feel like that's a good thing to do right now, you know?
Yeah.
So their statement was, and I quote, "Gun violence in our society is a critical issue, and we extend our deepest sympathy to all families and victims impacted by these tragedies. Our company has a long history of donating to victims of violence, including Aurora, and in recent weeks, our parent company joined other business leaders to call on policymakers to enact a bipartisan legislation to address this epidemic. At the same time, Warner Bros. Believes that one of the functions of storytelling is to provoke difficult conversations around complex issues. Make no mistake, neither the fictional character Joker nor the film is any endorsement of real-world violence of any kind. It is not in the intention of the film, the filmmakers, or the studio to hold this character up as a hero." So they kind of just, that statement kind of flat out says no. Also, just another thing, Holmes was initially reported to have called himself the Joker when he, that happened. So, honestly, so the Joker actually won't be playing at the Aurora Theater where the shooting took place. And Todd Phillips, the director, said, I mean, I think Aurora is obviously a horrible, horrible situation, but even that is something that is not something you blame on the movie. Quite frankly, if you do your own research about Aurora, that gentleman wasn't even going in as Joker. That was misreported. His hair was dyed red. He was having obviously a mental breakdown, and there's something horrifying about that but it wasn't related to it outside of the fact that it happened in a movie theater. This is not the thing that a movie is trying to represent. The movie still takes place in a fictional world. It can have real world implications, options, but it's a fictional character. It's in a fictional world that's been around for 80 years. And Phillips went on to compare the Joker to John Wick 3, an action thriller starring, of course, the one and only
Keanu Reeves.
And which is just being described as a gratuitously violent action movie. So yeah. And he also says the one thing that bugs me more is the toxic white male thing. When you go, oh, I just saw John Wick 3. He's a white male who kills 300 people and everyone's laughing and hollering and hooting. Why does this movie get held to different standards? It honestly doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, yeah. Whoever just wrote that pissed me off. It's a John Wick hater. It's a Keanu Reeves John Wick hater.
It was the director of Joker.
Oh.
He's just saying why, but all he said was he didn't hate on the movie. He's just like, why when John Wick does it, is that okay, but suddenly the Joker does it and it's not? Like, why is the Joker not being held to that same standard of it's a fictional movie? Just like your Rambo comparison before.
Joker's like a much bigger movie than John Wick, I think. I don't know.
But not really. I mean, and it's the same thing with your Rambo comparison before, which is Rambo's also a violent movie. right?
Yeah, I mean, did you see what happened? He just takes his finger, shoves it down a dude's shoulder, and rips out his collarbone, and
But
cuts a dude's chest open with a knife
that's
and
Todd
rips out
Phillips'
his
point.
heart.
He just uses instead of using the Rambo example, he used John Wick as an example, and I mean it makes
Mhm.
perfect sense, honestly. Um, it's frankly disappointing that people are having this reaction, and I do hope people have the common sense to realize, wait a second, hold on, it's fake. He isn't a real person. Right. Now let me keep watching the movie. But honestly, I mean, I don't know. So that's the Joker controversy. Do you have anything else to really say about this besides what we've said
I don't
already?
care about this controversy that's going on. I mean, it's just a bunch of uh, it's a bunch of hate against the movie because they don't want this movie to succeed. I'm still going to see this opening weekend. I don't care what they say. It's going to be a good
You
movie.
are. Yeah, you're gonna see it, and it's gonna be a good movie. Yeah,
It's going to be really good. That's for sure.
and I'll have my spoiler review up soon. Hopefully, really hopefully. I'll record it right after this.
Hmm.
Now speaking of, oh, I need to think of a good segue here. Come on. Um, speaking of okay, two topics. Do you remember we talked about Kevin Feige and Star Wars?
Yeah.
Now we're talking about Star Wars again. So speaking of Star Wars, there we go. I did it. I cheated kind of, but I did it still. We got new Mandalorian posters for the Mandalorian TV series on Disney Plus.
Hmm.
So, um, what do you think about these posters?
Good looking poster. I'm just not excited for the show, but it's a pretty cool looking poster. I like the design.
Okay, which poster do you like more, the first or the second one? The one with
Second,
all the characters, or the one without?
the second one
Is that the one without characters?
with.
Oh, with all the characters?
Mhm.
Yeah, see, I love that poster too, because it like shows you like the two suns on Tatooine in the background. It's got the three Tie fighters. It's got like Guy on this beast. It's got that character with the gun. It's got the Mandalorian. It's got IG-88, and it's got a dead person, which shows you they're gonna shoot people, and the
Mhm.
people that they shoot are gonna die, which is all you should want from Star Wars. But I'm excited about that. The other thing I wanted to kind of talk about quickly, because there isn't much to Mandalorian poster besides I'm super hyped for this and nothing will make me more hyped, is the other thing which happened, which is the Crisis on Infinite Earths Superman picture, which I just sent to you. I gotta send you the other one as well. I'll do that.
Mm. Yeah, looking at it now.
There's one more which I'll send to you in a sec as soon as I get it. What do you are you, okay? First of all, are you excited for this crossover?
I haven't heard anything about it, so I don't know.
Besides the fact that every Superman actor ever is going to be in it.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
Okay, did you get it? I sent you another picture. Did you get
Mm.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fully honest, I don't know how to feel. I haven't. This is the first time I've heard about this. Really,
What? Wait, did you
this is
watch
the first time.
Did you watch the crossover last year?
No,
You didn't.
no.
You should.
This is the first time I'm hearing about the Superman thing.
Well, so basically, anyone who doesn't know, the CW crossover, which is their yearly big event, this year is going to be the biggest event they've ever had. It's going to be spanning over, I think, 5 episodes of their shows, and it will include Smallville's Tom Welling Superman, Brandon Routh's Superman from Superman Returns, and Tyler Hoechlin's Superman from Supergirl. It will include um, Bruce Wayne Bruce Wayne's Batman, and the Bruce Wayne who will be Batman will be the guy who voiced animated Batman. Oh shoot, why can't I remember his name? Shoot, this isn't a good day for me. I can't remember anyone's name.
Huh.
Hold on. Do you remember who it was?
No.
No. Animated Batman. I'm gonna put Superman. Oh shoot, why can't I remember? Kevin Conroy. There we go. Wait, what? Not Kevin Conroy, is it? That's nuts. Yeah, Kevin Conroy. It's Kevin Conroy as Batman. It's gonna maybe be Mark Hamill as the Joker. There's gonna be like all the Arrows and the Flash, and apparently maybe the Titans and a whole bunch of crazy stuff. You should watch it. It's gonna be good, I think. And it's gonna be the most ambitious DC crossover ever, and they're being introducing characters left, right, up, down. The new Adam's gonna be in it. I can't remember anyone else now. Oh, Burt Ward is gonna be in it. He was the Robin from the original Batman TV series, the old one. Yeah, everyone's in it. Also, Deborah Chow is going to be directing the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series.
Oh yeah, she's I just read about that right now. The Asian director, she's
She hasn't done anything really. She did Flowers in the Attic and The High Cost of Living, but whatever. I'm excited for this, so I don't care. Yeah. So that is all the main topics, really. Now it's time for everybody's favorite topic. Maybe it's just me. Do you know what topic that
box
is?
Office. Box office. You won it this week.
I know. That's my favorite topic this week. I won. Although we don't know how much of it I won. I know I won the top 3.
Just the top 3.
So, what weekend are we talking about here? Just
curious. 20th to the 22nd.
Okay. 20th to 22nd. So what was number 1? Or what do we say was number
Abbey.
Let's start from 5. I just realized that was a bad idea to start from 1. What was number 5?
We both wrote Hustlers.
And we were both right, with Hustlers coming in at number 5 with 16,000. I said 1,000 right, yeah. Then, and what did we say was number 4?
Number 4, I said Rambo. Number 4, you said It Chapter 2.
Hey, I was right again.
So you got all 5 correct.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I'm on point. And now watch you get them all right next week. Oh, but we won't have a show next week.
Depending on what movies come out next week. This weekend.
We don't have a show next week. Oh no, how are we going to do this?
What movies even come out this weekend?
Abominable.
Yeah.
It's a kids movie. It's gonna do amazing. Oh wait, I forgot to finish the box office. So It Chapter 2 came at 4 with 17,000. Rambo Last Blood came at number 3 with 18,000. Ad Astra came at number 2 with 19,000. And Downton Abbey came at number 1 with 31,000. And what'd you put as number 2 and 1? Just curious.
2 I put Ad Astra and 1 Downton Abbey.
Oh. So you just messed up
It and Rambo.
Okay, so you did pretty good too. We both had them pretty on point, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can make a video next week about the box office, or sometime this week about the box office for next week. So now, what movies do we have coming out? We can take a look.
Next weekend is Joker.
But we aren't talking about next week. We're talking about the weekend of the 27th through the 29th. So we have Abominable being the biggest one. We have The Curse of Buckout Road, The Day Shall Come, First Love, The Golden Glove, Judy, Nothing to Lose, Prey, and Sierra Noir.
Judy's supposed to be a pretty big movie.
Really? Do you want me to look at the tracking?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of promos for it.
That was also a TIFF.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it, but if this, yeah, you're right. Apparently,
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty big.
I want to see if I can find some predicting for it. It's not telling me numbers, which is okay, I guess. Okay, I guess it's not gonna tell me numbers. So yeah, I'd love if I could find numbers though. Cause you know how much these numbers are helpful.
Very, probably.
Oh, of course. Okay, let's say what we want. Box Office Pro. Okay. If this actually wants to load, I could tell you approximately what those numbers are going to be. But it doesn't seem like it wants to do anything, really. Now, let's see if I can find Judy. Because
you hear? The United States military, the Criminal Investigation Unit, they're saying they have intelligence from Texas police regarding disturbing, very specific chatter on the dark web about targeting an unknown movie theater during the release of Joker.
oh yeah, I heard about that.
So Friday, October 4th, wonder what's going to happen. Probably nothing.
I don't know. I'm honestly so glad I don't have to watch this movie in theaters because I'd be in New York at that time, and I mean, nothing against that, but I did watch Venom in New York, but
Yeah, I remember that last year.
yeah, it doesn't give me anything but box office for this movie. Okay, well, I can't find box office, but so I guess we're just gonna have to just as just like something so you know, it only has a 461 theater release, as opposed to Abominable's 4,242 theaters. Just there, just for you. So let's make our predictions.
Awesome.
Even though we aren't gonna, I mean, unless we can get a show somehow out. Okay, so what do you think? Number one's gonna be, or number five?
Oh,
Sorry, five, five,
God.
five, five, five,
Yeah.
five.
Fab.
Yeah.
Jeez. I'm 5. I'm gonna go Rambo, Last Blood.
Ooh, you think it's gonna have? You think it's going to? Okay.
I'm just saying the truth. Rambo is not a very popular movie series,
No, but you
and
think it's gonna?
it's not for everybody because because it deals with topics like violence against women and like serious violence like
But
drugs and all that stuff.
the last time you underestimated Rambo, you ended up losing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just have to go with the truth here, no
You
matter
think
how
it's gonna
painful the
stay
truth
top
is.
5?
Top 5, yeah. 4, I'm going to say the best space movie ever, Ad Astra.
You think it drops to 4?
Actually, you know what? I'm putting the best space movie ever at number 3,
So what are you putting at number 4?
Hustlers.
No. I'm gonna
Number
disagree with you.
2, oh God. Number 2, I'm just gonna go with It Chapter 2.
Whoa, you think it's gonna have a jump?
Downton Abbey. And 1, Abominable.
That's a smart idea. Okay, ready for
Your
mine?
turn. Yeah.
Okay, I've been thinking about this. Number 5 is gonna be It Chapter 2.
Number 4.
Number 4 is gonna be actually, Hustlers is number 5. It Chapter 2 is number 4. Ad Astra is number 3.
Okay, we don't call it Ad Astra. We call it the best space movie ever.
The best space movie since Guardians of the Galaxy.
False. It was better than Guardians of the Galaxy.
Since a movie equal to the quality of Spaceballs at number 3. Downton Abbey at number 2. And
1.
The movie that's going to be better than Ad Astra, even though I'm not going to watch it, Abominable.
How dare you?
1. Yes, I have.
I saw from what you sent me, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Ford vs. Ferrari are making an Oscars push.
Yeah, and Sony is, I think it was, no, Sony released theirs. I think it's Universal and someone else who said, no, we're not releasing ours yet. Warner Bros.
So,
that's the one. Yeah.
I think for Ford vs. Ferrari, they're going to try to get Christian Bale for Best Actor and Matt Damon for Best Supporting Actor. For Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, DiCaprio for Best Actor, Brad Pitt for Best Supporting Actor, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for Best Picture, Quentin Tarantino for Best Director, and Margot Robbie for Best Supporting Actress. That's probably what they're going to push for.
Yeah, probably.
Brad Pitt's going to win Best Supporting Actor. I don't think anybody did as good as him this year.
Yeah.
Oh, Brad Pitt might also get nominated for Best Actor for Ad Astra.
Ad Astra.
Mm-hmm. He was
who released that?
Absolutely.
Fox?
20th Century Fox, yeah.
Was that on the list?
He was just absolutely terrific in that. He was like
that wasn't on the list they sent you. They sent you a Fox list?
I don't know.
Yeah, I did.
He was nearly at Leonardo DiCaprio level.
Right now, the only movie that's being pushed is Ford vs. Ferrari from Fox. So, saying
maybe they'll come up with more.
I mean, they will, but because you're not going to push just one movie when you have so many movies, yeah. So that is. We finished predictions, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll end up with something. I don't know. But that's all in terms of everything, really.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good show.
That's about everything.
So now I'm just gonna do the usual plug. Thank you for listening to this amazing show.
Yeah.
If you stayed this long, congratulations. Either you've fallen asleep or you really have nothing better to do. So there's that. If you're listening to this on iTunes, because they took us back now, because they don't hate us anymore, leave a review thing at the bottom and go to our YouTube channel and then subscribe to that. And if you're listening to this on another podcast service, go to our YouTube channel, which should be in the description. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts, follow us on social media.
Yeah.
All that stuff, if you're watching this on YouTube, is here on the screen that you're watching this on. If you're on the podcast things, it might be in the description. I don't know. I write the descriptions, yet I don't know if it's actually going to be in the description. But I mean, whatever. It might be, it might not be. If I remember to put it in, I'll put it in. If not, go to our YouTube channel and you'll find everything there on the About Us page or the whatever page. Or just go to a video or just, go back to the beginning when we actually told you how to find us. Yeah. Also, you can find our channel on everything from Reddit to Facebook to Twitter to Instagram to... What else do we have?
Twitter.
I don't know. Yeah, I said Twitter already. Everything on Comic Boys _ because somehow Comic Boys is a very popular username. Even though we totally came up with it before everybody else. Let's just put it out there. Because as soon as we came out with it, then suddenly 700 people had come up with Comic Boys. Because, God knows people can't be original nowadays.
Yep.
You know how hard it was to come up with that name? It took us a grand total of how long did it take us? Like 10 minutes to come up with this name? It's a lot of work.
It took us a grand total of a world record 10 minutes to come up with that name.
Exactly. It's so hard to be creative nowadays.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's just, follow us and watch more videos too. Because we want you to click those videos and get all the clicks and the likes and the stuff. Because it makes us feel good too.
Yes.
Like, you know how happy I was when I saw my Joker non-spoiler review got over 200 views?
You were very happy, that's for sure.
Very happy. And I can tell you how many views it has right now. Because I'm going to go and take a comment. Also, if you type in our name with no spaces, you can find a lot of things. Because people like putting spaces between their words. My spacebar wasn't working, so I just didn't do that. And it worked. So, that's good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so our thing has... Our Joker non-spoiler review, the one I uploaded, has 169 views.
Well, all right. As Idris Elba says in Hobbs and Shaw.
And our Avengers Endgame audio commentary has 32, and I'm just trying to see something that has a significant amount of views, just so I can be happy. I love how we have 2 episodes in a row and I haven't uploaded anything. Okay, so I've been recording videos, right, and editing them, and I just never upload them. It's really weird.
How many videos do you have on deck?
I think I have 7 right now. Plus, I have to record a Joker spoiler review. I don't know. This week's just been really busy. I record a video, right? And then I'm like, okay, I've edited this. It's ready to go. And then I'm like, okay. I recorded one about this Kevin Feige Star Wars thing. I recorded one about Young Justice. I reviewed that whole season 3. I don't know. Did I upload my Kate Bishop video? I think I did, right? Yeah, I did.
I believe you did, yeah.
I recorded... I don't even know what else. I recorded tons of things. And I just never actually...
All ready to be uploaded.
I know, it's really weird. But, of course, I guess that's it. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. How the hell did this video get so many views? What? Okay.
Genuinely don't know.
My Black Panther end credit scene breakdown got 130 views, and my Paul Walter Hauser wants to be the Penguin got 119 views. Whoa, these videos, some of these are so random as to why they got so many views, and then some of them make sense. Somehow, my first look at Kingpin got 800 views. For
no reason whatsoever.
I love how people are so random. It's
they're spontaneous.
My first look at Joaquin Phoenix's Joker got 619 views. And then both my Spider-Man Apple buying Sony and what it means for Spider-Man videos got either 828, and then my follow-up got 496. Then my Lion King live-action remake songs got 436. It's and our Avengers Endgame audio commentary got 390. It's people are random. Okay. Anyways, people are probably tired of me talking. So that'll end it.
That's about it.
Yeah. So see ya.
Bye.
That's not a thing, but whatever. So I'm your host, or one of your hosts, Cuddle, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Cuddle_Deadpool. And
I
I'm joined
am
today by.
I am Alon. Find me on Instagram. I still haven't changed my username, so haha. My username is alon.s128. And yeah, that's about it.
And that has been fixed in the layout, so that happened.
Yay.
And if you're on iTunes listening to this, then because now iTunes decided to stop being stupid and let me actually put it back on. So if you're on iTunes and listening to this, then there's all that stuff. But that's about it, I guess. Let's just get right in because we have a very, very big show today. So
A whole lot of topics also.
Yeah. We actually cut out two topics. Or two general, what we generally are trying to do, which is what we watched, and rants, because our rant will kind of come in the form of a controversy anyways. So I was kind of like, why be so derivative? We could just have the controversy and we could have more topics because so much has happened. And you won't be getting an episode next week, I don't think, unless you do something, because I'm not here. I'm in New York for Comic-Con. So, yeah. But I will have a Joker review up soon, hopefully. And, I mean, if you can get someone to replace me for next week, then, you can record an episode next week, but I won't be here, so.
You're at Comic-Con, aren't you?
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah. So, you're going to have but it's going to be a great episode this week, and knowing because of how much stuff came out this week, there won't be anything next week. And now I say that, there's going to be tons next week, but whatever. Let's just get right into this because, again, there's lots of topics.
Yup.
So, first off, Spider-Man's back in the MCU as of today when we're recording this, and as of 3 days when you're going to get this, because I edit slowly. I don't actually edit, but who knows. Maybe YouTube will get this quickly. So yeah, Spider-Man's back in the MCU. It's amazing. I literally died when I heard this.
What caused Sony and Disney to suddenly do this?
Well, funny you should ask. Let's go all the way back to 14, when, remember Amy Pascal when she was relevant?
Yeah.
She threw,
At times.
remember she threw a sandwich at Kevin Feige originally when he was asking about a Spider-Man deal between, the MCU and Sony?
Mm-hmm.
Now, then, of course, a little bit later, she ends up signing a deal, and then the deal's up. Tom Rothman is negotiating, and he says, "No, go, leave. We're going to replicate the formula because clearly we can do that, right?"
Yeah.
And so she comes back, and she basically, from what I'm hearing, she basically makes them shake hands and says, yeah, so you're now going to be friends, okay? Disney, you get 25% of the revenue from this next movie, and of course you get all the money from his other MCU appearance, and you will get all the merchandise rights, of course, because you still had those from before.
Mm-hmm.
So now the other thing is, of course, that this is for Spider-Man 3 only. This deal only covers one Spider-Man movie and one other Spider-Man Tom Holland appearance in the MCU. They will renegotiate then after July 16th, 2021, if I'm not screwing up the date, which is the day, that is, of course, the day that Spider-Man 3 will be coming out. So, yeah. That is real.
It happened.
And of course, Tom Holland, being the amazing person he is, actually, when this happens, goes on his Instagram and posts that clip of Leo from Wolf on Wall Street, and where he's like, "I'm back," and there's all the cheering and stuff. So he does that, and that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to see. So it was signed on late Thursday night, which we know. Disney will get about 25% of the profits and the merchandising rights, and will be financing about 25% of the movie. The film is scheduled for July 16th, 2021, so I was right about that. I remembered it well. So yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, that's basically what has happened. And so what do you think?
I don't know what
You don't know?
to think because I wanted Spider-Man in the MCU and watch Venom just decimate him and decapitate him, but unfortunately not.
I mean, did you really think you were getting an R-rated Venom movie? First of all,
Yes, I wanted there to be one.
keep dreaming. It ain't happening. Especially not considering Venom 1 made so much money. They're just
How
going to
much did it
say
make?
almost $1 billion.
Yeah.
800 million. And because of China. And fun fact, China doesn't like R-rated movies very much. So, it's kind of disappointing. Not that he's back, but that we'll get. Although I think we could get to see Venom and Spider-Man team up or appear at some point, because we don't know the specifics of the deal in terms of what if he can appear outside of the MCU. So there's that. Kevin Feige actually has a lot to do with this topic list. Wow, I just realized how many topics he has. He has technically 3, maybe you could argue 4. And it's a nice balanced episode. I just realized how balanced I made this. Okay, anyways, back to the point on hand, because you were talking about something. Yes, Spider-Man's back. It's amazing. Amy Pascal saved the day. And we're all happy. And this, of course, means that Spider-Man will be going up against Batman, the Matt Reeves one, with Robert Pattinson, in 2021. And it'll be the 4th MCU movie in 2021. We're getting 4 MCU movies in 2021. 4.
Has that ever happened?
No, this is the first year they've ever done 4 in a year. It's nuts, I'm telling you. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. Who do you think's going to win, Spider-Man or Batman?
Batman.
I think Spider-Man. But that's just me. And actually, I was going to say something about I was going to tell you what movies there are. So it's Thor 4, Doctor Strange, Suicide Squad, The Batman, hold on, give me a second. Okay, come on. Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange 2, Spider-Man 3, Thor 4, and then Suicide Squad and The Batman. Those are the movies in 2021, superhero related right now. That's a nuts year, let me tell you. It's going to be a great year.
Mm-hmm.
And John Watts is, of course, in talks to be director. He probably will end up being director. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know what else to really say except yay.
Are people going to attack me for being against Spider-Man going back to the MCU?
You weren't against it, though, so it's okay, because he's going to end up facing Venom, and everyone will be happy, so let's just stay.
And then when Venom decapitates Spider-Man, everybody's happy.
Okay. Anyhow, speaking of Spider-Man in the MCU, and Spider-Man getting a 3rd movie on July 16th, 2021, what do we want to see in Spider-Man 3?
Venom decapitating him. Ripping off his head and just throwing it off a bridge like he doesn't care.
Okay.
Just like what Sylvester Stallone did to that dude in the end of Rambo Last Blood. Put a knife down his neck, cut his chest open, grabbed his heart, and threw it to the ground.
Cool. So, what do we want from Spider-Man 3 besides Venom decapitating Spider-Man?
Less Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Tobey Maguire just being like, hey, What are you doing here, Iron Boy? Get out. I'm the real Spider-Man. I didn't need a billionaire to help me save the world. Huzzah!
Right.
Iron Lad Jr.
Okay.
He's like, I did everything by myself. I made my own suit.
Do you want me
Not
to?
your trash suit.
Do you want me to
Iron
send you the
Boy.
clip where Spider-Man makes his own suit? Because I can, because I have it saved here right here. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the machine. I have organic webs.
But Spider-Man's not supposed to have organic webs.
That's what Toby Spider-Man had. That was epic.
But it's wrong.
Why?
Because I don't know. Because most comics. So I mean, Spider-Man, he's back, and now what do I want from Spider-Man 3? And although I would love the Venom decapitating Spider-Man, if it was Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, I have a specific request list of 4 things. The Sinister Six, bringing back Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Keaton, and Scorpion, whoever plays him, along with some new characters like Norman Osborn. I also want Spider-Man to be sent to jail, and I want him to be put on trial, and I want to see that entire trial. And I want his lawyer to be either She-Hulk or Daredevil. Daredevil preferably, but She-Hulk also works. Because, of course, who doesn't want to see, Daredevil meet Spider-Man in the MCU? Even you want that, right?
They're just Daredevil. That's it.
Daredevil meets Spider-Man, then we get Daredevil and Spider-Man, right? Who doesn't
Just
want that?
Daredevil. Just Daredevil.
So Daredevil and Spider-Man. Now I wrote the other things down, so I'm just gonna find that because there are 2 more things. Oh right, I want the Death of Spider-Man story arc. Yes,
Yay, Spider-Man dies.
and I want to see Spider-Man fight Kingpin. But that's kind of Daredevil.
Humpty
I want
Dumpty.
to. My biggest request is if Spider-Man isn't being brought back into the MCU after this next movie, I would like him to die, please. Thank you.
Kill him for good. Make it good. Make it like Venom or something. Like his number 1 villain, I think. Maybe.
No. We can make it. We can make it Vulture if you want it. No, I want if we're gonna do this, if we're gonna end Spider-Man, please kill him. Basically, say if we can't have Spider-Man, nobody can, and kill him. Please, 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 Marvel.
Just kill him.
Now, if you're gonna keep Spider-Man around, and you're gonna keep him in the MCU, then by all means, keep him alive, please. But if this is the end of his story, don't give it to Sony to somehow manage to screw up. Just kill him off. I never thought I'd want Spider-Man to die, but I'd rather Spider-Man dead than with Sony. So there's that.
Wow.
I don't like Sony, in case you haven't figured this out yet. I don't like Sony when it comes to their dealing with Spider-Man. And let's be real here. They're going to probably stitch Spider-Man's mouth shut just like they did to Deadpool. Well, Tom Rothman did to Deadpool.
X-Men Origins Wolverine. What a joke.
Right.
Except for Hugh Jackman.
I mean, even him. And Ryan Reynolds.
No, it was good.
So was Ryan Reynolds until his mouth got stitched. I didn't say that word.
Weird. It was weird when they did that. And pointless, too. Like, what's the point of getting so, extra, I guess, by having to stitch his mouth shut?
Also, let's also mention the fact that they also try to, whatever. Anyways, moving on from Spider-Man 3, unless you have anything else to say about Spider-Man 3 besides Venom ripping his head off.
I don't know. I just hope it's not going to be as bad as Far From Home. And yeah,
Far From Home was amazing, so
it was bad.
Okay, so
cringe.
Speaking of, damn it, hold on. We need to keep this topic going.
We just continue the segues. It makes it so much better.
I know we got to keep this topic going though, because I can't think of a good. Okay, speaking of CGI, we didn't talk about CGI.
CGI.
Speaking of speaking of Spider-Man, speaking of 2021, when Spider-Man 3 comes out, 2021 also has the Batman, right?
Which is going to be really good.
So the Batman has some new casting rumors. Are you ready for this? I don't know if you heard about them.
No.
So, right now, Jonah Hill is being looked at for either the Riddler.
I heard about Jonah Hill.
The Riddler or his face. Penguin, yes, thank you.
He'd be a perfect Penguin.
He'd be perfect as anything. And the other one is, and I'm just going to quickly figure this out because I don't remember now. It's like completely dying on my brain. But it was someone for Commissioner Gordon. Batman.
Yeah, I heard that one too.
His name's slipping my mind right now. Damn it. What is his name?
This Is Us?
Yeah.
He was in This Is Us or something like that.
Jeffrey Wright.
Not Sterling Brown, but yeah, Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright. So Jeffrey Wright, let's just check if he was in This Is Us. He was in the original Shaft. He was in Casino Royale.
Oh yeah, he was in Casino Royale.
Hunger Games, Good Dinosaur.
He was good in Casino Royale.
Source Code.
Mm-hmm.
That Will Smith movie.
Good. He was real good in Casino Royale.
I don't see him being in This Is Us.
Maybe I was thinking somebody else.
He was in that Presumed Innocent movie, sorry, with Harrison Ford. So yeah, he is going to be, or potentially going to be Commissioner Gordon. What do you think?
Smart move. I don't really know who to expect when they want to cast somebody for Commissioner Gordon, but whoever they go with, I guess, is pretty cool.
So, and anyone who's wondering, in Hunger Games, he was BT. I don't remember who that is because he was also in Game Night, and he was. Just give me a second to figure out who he was. Of course, they're not gonna give me. Okay, fine, be like that. And then who was he in Casino Royale? Do you remember or no? Oh, and he's also going in No Time to Die.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Gonna be a big return.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out who he was because some stupid Google thing isn't giving me.
Fans of James Bond like me, we know him, and like we're excited to see his return in No Time to Die. Like we know what he was like in Casino Royale, and we're pretty excited to see him again in No Time to Die.
And so he's gonna have potentially 2 movies coming out he was Felix Leiter, yeah. So yeah, I saw Game Night. I don't remember who he was in Game Night. I've seen the Hunger Games, and I don't remember who he was in the Hunger Games. But apparently, he's an amazing actor. So.
Oh yeah, Casino Royale. Yes, he was amazing.
So I mean, I'm honestly Commissioner Gordon casting an actor of color. Great. I got nothing against that, and I mean, there's nothing that says Commissioner Gordon has to be like a certain race because, it's just the way it is. And I mean, anyone who can play. I'm disappointed though that they had to use Commissioner Gordon. That's my biggest thing. I was kind of hoping they'd use a different big police character in Batman rather than Commissioner Gordon. Just because
who else could they have used?
I'm trying to remember his name right now, but he's the guy from the Batman. Hold on. Please, hold on. Because he was that dude from The Thing. I don't know why he's like. He's completely like. completely slipped my mind. It's really weird. Give me a second to find it. Don't worry. He wasn't a commissioner. He was the guy in that old Batman series. Old Batman series. Police. I'm trying to remember. He was the dude, the police guy from the old Batman series. I don't know why this is so hard for my brain to remember. It's really driving me nuts. Okay, give me a second. Chief O'Hara. Yes, that's the one. I mean, Commissioner Gordon is also in that series, but yeah. O'Hara. I wish they could have used O'Hara or made him O'Hara and then kind of sidelined or got rid of Gordon. Because I feel like Gordon's overused. He's been used in every Batman movie. Also, Batman's in Fortnite. He's been in every Batman movie.
Batman's in Fortnite too, yeah.
I don't like that.
They ruined John Wick with Fortnite. Now they're going to ruin Batman with Fortnite.
They can't ruin Batman. But yeah, I mean, I feel like because Chief O'Hara's been in every, or not Chief O'Hara, sorry, Commissioner Gordon's been in every Batman movie. He was in all the Dark Knight movies. He was in all those other ones before with Keaton and what's his face? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Justice League too.
He's in Justice League. Give the man a break. Kind of like how I kind of don't want Alfred, but I know he has to be there. You know what I mean?
Are you seeing his? Are you watching Pennyworth? Pennyworth, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, it's called Pennyworth. I have it saved on my PVR, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to watch it at some point. You actually watch it?
It's somewhat good. I've seen an episode. It's pretty good so far.
You should have reviewed it when you saw it. Because then I don't have to watch it, and I don't want to. I'm gonna watch it at some point. That and Swamp Thing are both on my list of things I have to watch. Ugh. I just don't know. See, this is the thing. Why the hell are we getting an Alfred show before we get a Robin show? And no, Titans doesn't count. Is Robin's a bigger character or Batgirl? We haven't gotten Batgirl in live action at all. And yes, I'm not counting the. Oh, I guess we had the old one.
The up and coming Batwoman.
We haven't gotten any Batgirl in live action. And we're getting Alfred TV series. Priorities, people. Please give me what I want, which is not Alfred. Anyhow, so what do you think with Jonah Hill?
He'd be good. He'd be a good choice for casting. He's funny in his comedy movies, like Superbad, 21 Jump Street. This Is the End. I think he was also in that one.
Yes,
but
he was.
He's a good actor. He'll be good as a whatever villain, Riddler, Penguin.
I personally, now I'm not the biggest Jonah Hill fan. Let me just put this out there first because I don't know. I've seen tons of his big movies. I'm not the hugest fan of him. I feel like he's not very funny, but that's me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure I know the majority of people disagree with that. But I do think that he could be a very good Riddler. I don't think he would pull off the right Penguin. Although it depends. If you're going to do that kind of over-the-top Penguin, he would work perfectly. But I think Riddler would be your best choice for him. But, of course, that's just my opinion. But that's why you're listening to this, to hear my opinion. So, well, and your opinion, but, also my opinion. And so, yeah, I don't think he's the funniest person, but I do think he'd do a great Riddler. So, there's that. Speaking of doing a great... Oh, that's not gonna... Speaking of funny or awesome... Oh, speaking of doing a great job, you know who's gonna do a great job? Do you know who's gonna do a great job?
Daniel Craig in No Time to Die?
Yes, but do you know who's going to do a great job making a Star Wars movie?
Not Kevin Feige. No.
I swear, I will end this call right here unless you take that back. Take it back.
I refuse to do that.
Why do you think Kevin Feige? Well, why is Kevin Feige making a Star Wars movie? You may be
Because they want to
asking.
make it like extra, extra, extra bad.
Right, because all Marvel movies are extra, extra bad.
It's false. Avengers Infinity War is the best MCU movie.
Well, he did that, so.
That's his own. That was out of sheer luck. Why it was so good.
Sheer luck, not him building everything up since Iron Man? Okay. So, while you think that, I'm going to talk about what I think. Now, this news shocked me to the core. I was off Twitter for 12 hours, and suddenly I'm like, I go back on, and suddenly, I'm trying to remember what the other piece of news was. It was this, and maybe it was Batman? It might have been Batman. I can check. But yeah, you know what happened? You know, like that thing when you feel like nothing's gonna happen, and then suddenly, bam, you go on Twitter, and suddenly it's like, oh my God, Kevin Feige is making a Star Wars movie, and now I'm gonna die happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what happened, and to be honest, I think that I don't know. It's just great, you know. Oh right, and the Ghost Rider show got canceled. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Maybe he's gonna be in the MCU into an R-rated movie. Maybe then you'll be happy.
Possibly.
Kevin Feige's gonna be making a Star Wars movie, and it is rumored that he is going to choose a Marvel star for the lead role. And I'm telling you
Watch it
right
be
now,
like. Watch it be like. Watch it be like somebody nobody knows in the MCU.
they said star. If it isn't Chadwick Boseman and Brie Larson co-starring, I'm gonna be mad. Or at least Brie Larson. Just give me Brie Larson, okay? That's it. And
Probably gonna be like
now,
Robert Downey doesn't deserve an Oscar for Endgame Jr. or Chris Hemsworth.
wow, you're really on like this.
It's gonna be like
Attack.
one of the big. It's gonna be one of the big three probably.
I think it's gonna be Brie Larson.
One of the big three probably.
Brie Larson.
Big three.
Brie Larson.
Big three.
It's between Brie Larson, Chadwick Boseman, and Chris Evans, because Chris Evans said he wanted to do it. How about, here's an idea. Let's put all of them in a Star Wars movie.
A Marvel / Star Wars movie.
No, just Star Wars movies with Marvel actors. Now, I heard before there was a kind of this rumor that someone from Marvel would be given a Star Wars movie. I thought it was going to be James Gunn. But then I guess it's Kevin Feige, which I'm not going to blame him. Now, the one thing I don't understand is he producing this or is he directing this? And I wasn't,
Probably be directing it, to be honest.
because they say producing, right? So I'm going to find the article. I'm going to, Kevin Feige directing a Star Wars. Okay, what do you think about this, though? Like,
Uh,
really?
I read it and I was like, oh, okay. Like I didn't know exactly how to feel, but it's pretty cool that he's making another Star Wars movie. But I don't have exactly like, how do I say this? I don't know exactly how to feel about it, but like, good for him that he's making, like he's not making an MCU movie. He's like going more out of his comfort zone. So it's a clever move, actually.
So it says, we're excited about the project. Calvin and Lucasfilm to not talking about Indiana Jones and other parts of the company, including okay. So With the close of the Skywalker saga, Kathy's pursuing a new era in Star Wars storytelling, and knowing what a diehard fan Kevin is, it made sense for these two producers to work together on a Star Wars film. Some see this as a prelude to a larger role with Feige within Lucasfilm. Others say it merely reflects Marvel's executive passion for the franchise. A Disney source says Kennedy remains in charge with no plans of any changes. Feige has said there's that we know. So it doesn't say whether or not he's. I don't think he's going to direct this. It just seems like he's producing it with Kathleen Kennedy.
Mm.
Now, if that means they're looking for a director, Jon Favreau is saying, I just directed The Mandalorian, The Lion King, The Jungle Book, Iron Man 1 and 2. Can I have this movie as well, please? And if I were in charge, I would say, take all the movies. Or do you know who you should give it to? Give it to Ryan Coogler. That works too, actually, yeah. Or Ryan Coogler.
Maybe. Also, the Russo brothers they're producing a movie with Chadwick Boseman that's coming out this November.
Yeah. 20-something bridges. It was like 26, and then they moved it to 21 or something like that because, I don't know. Anyhow, not the point. Kind of the point. Would you be excited if Brie Larson was cast as the main character in this movie?
Hell no. My goodness, no. She was atrocious in Captain Marvel. If it's Chadwick Boseman, it's fine. After I see 21 Bridges, I'll be fine. But
wait, have you seen Brie Larson's movie that she won an Oscar for?
Yeah.
Room, you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Was she good in that?
She was good in that. I don't like her as a person. If I after 21 Bridges, I'll be okay with Chadwick Boseman becoming the lead in the new Star Wars movie.
Okay, if you had to choose any character from Marvel to lead in this movie, who would it be?
What's his name? Who died right at the start of Infinity War? Not Loki. Heimdall. Idris Elba. Yes, Idris Elba.
What about a bigger character? Because
Sylvester Stallone.
Bigger Marvel character.
For like that was like 5 seconds he was on screen. I don't know.
Now, okay, here's a
Jeremy Renner actually. Jeremy Renner would be kind of cool.
I like that idea. Whoa, I really like that idea. Whoa.
Jeremy Renner would be kind of cool in the Star Wars movie.
Can we make a Mace Windu movie, please, 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 bring Sam Jackson back, please, 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 and have him train Brie Larson, please, 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 and have Ryan or Chadwick Boseman also in the movie, please, and now put Jeremy Renner in the movie, please. Wow. Actually, here's an idea. Give me an Old Republic movie with Chadwick Boseman, Brie Larson, Tom Holland, Jeremy Renner. Oh, and Chris Evans. I want this now.
Do they know when this movie's gonna be coming out?
No, but that's the other part I was gonna tell you. There's a rumor that the reason he was kind of brought on is to kind of be able to make this movie kind of happen because the Game of Thrones directors who were supposed to do a trilogy the next trilogy was supposed to be the Game of Thrones directors, but they got signed on to Netflix for a long deal. So I believe Rian Johnson's trilogy is being pushed up to being the first trilogy. I think they want to make this the second trilogy after Rian Johnson's trilogy. Following me?
Yeah. So this Kevin Feige one, it's going to be linked to the current Star Wars, like the Kylo Ren and Rey Star Wars. Like it's going to be like essentially the same universe.
It's same universe, obviously, because it's Star Wars. But the Skywalker saga and the Kylo Ren and Rey stuff ends in December. Then we have a year break from everything. Then we get Star Wars, Avatar, Star Wars, Avatar, Star Wars. I think I've done 3 Star Warses. That'll be Rian Johnson's trilogy, those 3.
Hmm.
Then they're going to give us. Then we're getting a second trilogy. If this movie becomes a trilogy, or it might just be a one-off movie, and that will be another year. And then the Game of Thrones people are going to do their trilogy because they're busy with Netflix right now, so they don't have time for Star Wars. So that's kind of like, I know it's kind of complicated, but basically this is not for a long time unless they end up fast tracking it, which they could, because of course they don't want because of course they want Star Wars. They want to give Rian Johnson some more time for his Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you make people happy with this, and then anyone who's angry at Rian Johnson, even though The Last Jedi is amazing, will be not angry anymore.
Looper also was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
was a
haven't
Ryan
seen it.
Johnson movie.
And apparently that other movie he did,
Knives Out.
that one, yeah, apparently that one's amazing too.
Mm-hmm. It was at TIFF too.
It was. I kind of wanted to watch it, but then I ended up watching
Joker and Beautiful Day.
A Beautiful Day. That's one. It was either that or A Beautiful Day, and I chose A Beautiful Day because A Beautiful Day is a beautiful movie. And it was. I'm happy I chose it. But I'm still going to watch Knives Out when it comes out. Jojo Rabbit won the Best Film Award. Or Audience Choice Award, whatever it's called. Surprising.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of TIFF, thank you so much for that segue. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Speaking of TIFF, a certain movie which had their North American premiere at TIFF and international premiere at Venice is now a controversy? I say with a questioning face.
This is the one part I was waiting for. I've been reading like so much about the controversy that Joker's making. People are saying that this movie's gonna like incite more violence, and like I don't even know what's happening. Just explain to me what's really going on. What's the real controversy with this movie?
So, for people who don't know, when The Dark Knight released in theaters, there were shootings in these theaters in the US.
Mm.
And because, of course, people are kind of like, I want to be like the Joker. I want to kill people like the Joker. And there were shootings. So, that isn't good, obviously.
Nope.
Now, because of this movie and its touch on society and mental illness, and I'm just trying to, is that it doesn't, people think it's going to incite some sort of violence or some sort of like, oh, it's okay to be like the Joker and kill people because you have a mental illness. And so people are worried it's going to start riots and shootings. And then recently, a few people from the Aurora shooting, which honestly I didn't know about till like I read this that happened a while ago, said they wrote a letter to Warner Bros. Saying they're concerned about this movie. And some U.S. theaters are now saying, no, we're not showing the Joker because we don't want it to incite, violence.
Some theaters also banned like fans wearing masks and face
Masks,
paints of
yes.
Joker.
And prop guns, which should be banned anyways. But anyways, this is the thing, though. And again, I'm coming from a place of someone who's actually seen the movie, not these people who are speculating about the movie. So I can tell you that I can tell you for certain because I don't know how other people are going to react, but I honestly don't think this movie is going to do that because of how well it's handled. And again, although I can't tell you how other people are going to react, I can tell you from when watching it, I was going into it, I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to kind of see if this movie could potentially do that, and I don't think it can. Now, it might. I mean, you could end up with shootings during any movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's any movie with violence. But people have to learn the movie's on the screen, right? Because it's not real. It's not the real world. It's a movie. It's on like on a screen, right? It's being projected. It's not really happening,
Exactly. Yeah.
So I really hope people have that self-control about not, thinking the movie's real because, fun fact, it's literally all acted.
It's just
Like,
actors portraying not real people.
the Joker isn't a real person,
Nope.
and so there's that. Because movies aren't real people. You know they don't really happen, right? These are like scripted and filmed, and people dress up in costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I feel like this is unwarranted, and I think you feel the same way. And
Wait, what about movies like Rambo: Last Blood, which was most certainly the most violent movie of the year? Why are people saying that's going to incite violence?
because Rambo's a
Ram-
comicalized slash fictionalized violence, which is the Joker. Though people are worried because it kind of says this, like it's kind of showing to show, it's kind of showing that it's going to show a person who breaks on the inside, kind of. And people are worried that anyone who has a mental illness type thing. And I'm telling you, there will be issues with this movie when it comes out in terms of like violence.
Most
I have
certainly, yeah.
no doubt about it. Especially if there's one moment I'm thinking of which I can't say, and I will talk about this. I will make a spoiler review before this movie comes out, and also before I go to New York because that's when the movie comes out. And I will make a video spoiler review, and I'll talk about that moment specifically that I'm thinking of right now. But I don't think this movie will incite violence. Not more than any movie where people don't have self control. But at the same time as saying that, they really needed. This is what they need to do. Okay, they need to have play the Joker, right? And then they have to say, okay, everyone stay. Now we're gonna play A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, because those movies are literally the same yet the exact opposite. It's mind blowing. Like one makes you want to be a better person, and one makes you want to be a worse person. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
and guess which one's which? I bet you can guess.
No,
Yeah.
actually, I don't know. Wait, what happened in Aurora in 2012? Did a guy with a gun just walk into a theater and start shooting people during the Dark Knight?